Welcome to another episode of Is This for Kids? I'm Jonathan Bearded Blevins, father of 4, and I think most media marketed towards children is the downfall of the world.
The downfall of the entire world.
Yep.
Media
Go
marketed to
outside,
children.
touch grass.
All right. And I am Katie, MrsRuvi, and I am a mother of 5, and I have an awesome husband, and we work really hard to work with our kids as media so that we know, how we can use it to further our relationship with them. But that's kind of the point of this podcast. Usually we're going over pieces of media to tell parents what they can, shield their kids from, what they need to shepherd them through, and what kind of things they can use to share in their kids as media. But sometimes it's a good idea to step away from media and know what you can use in lieu of media to hang out with your kids, right?
That's exactly right.
So what do you have for us today?
Today we're going to talk about 5 essential toys-ish for kids under 5.
All right.
And this is gold. So if you're a parent,
You lock in.
especially if you're a parent and your kid isn't 4, 5, or 6 yet, this is like absolute gold for you.
If you are about to go to a baby shower, number 1, this is very important information for you. Also, none of this is sponsored, by the way. Like, this is just our actual opinions. We don't even have affiliate links for this. We got to work on that.
Oh, yeah, true. We could have an Amazon store and we could be making money off of all the things I'm about to share.
Why are we doing such a
all
bad
but
job
one,
of this?
I guess.
Yeah, I know. Well, hey, if we mention your product on this, hit us up.
But everyone knows, right? We all know the normal stuff you get your kids. Stuffed animals, whatever show or movie or thing they're into, action figures for those things, Legos for those things. Those are all fine. These are 5 essential toys for kids under 5 that will make parents' lives a lot easier.
There you go.
And you can do other things around the house that oftentimes parents need to do. All right, the first one we got for my 8-year-old a year ago. We just got for my daughter who just turned 5 is a digital camera.
Oh, that's got to be cute.
It's adorable. And it's not so you might think like, oh my gosh, that's so expensive. No, they make some really, really cool under $30 cameras that save thousands of pictures on them and have little filters and have little funny things that you can do. Yep. My 5-year-old who just got one it's her first time like using technology. Like she knows how to use the remote, I think, if she wants to put Bluey on the TV, but oftentimes like her brother will do that. And so otherwise she really has no interaction with technology at all, except for when she's watching a show with the kids. And now she's like learning how to how to take pictures and how to turn something on and off and how to go and look at old pictures and how to take videos and how to use filters. And it's super fun and kind of cute to watch her do it. And it's amazing how fast she learns.
Yeah.
I recommend a VTech Kid Zoom, but really any camera on Amazon under $30 will do and will keep your kids busy for hours and hours, helps with creativity, teaches them how to use tech without being on a phone, and just adds to hilarity in life. Like my daughter has all these pictures of me with like a giant mustache or like giant kissy lips.
Nice.
And she thinks it's the funniest thing.
Plus, you get to have good conversations with your kids, like, oh, look, these are the people that you love. This is your brother. Like, you just have good conversations about the things that they took pictures of, and it's fun to laugh at later.
100%. And it's a good opportunity to talk about what you should not take pictures of.
Absolutely.
Like when my 7-year-old son took pictures of his butt.
That word, I almost didn't understand what you were saying. His what? His butt? His butt.
He thought it was the funniest thing in the world. And we were like, you can't take pictures of anything private. Oh, but he wouldn't know that.
He wouldn't know that.
He's like, I just thought it was funny.
It's brand new information.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
well,
right. Fair
hopefully
enough.
he doesn't ever watch this podcast or he'll be embarrassed.
We didn't say which son.
That's true. The second, this is not really a toy, but this has kept my kids busy for hours and hours and hours. It does involve a screen, but it's so much not about the screen. And that is Art Hub. Have you heard of Art Hub?
Just from you. So
it's basically YouTube for like how to draw kind of stuff, but it's super appropriate. Like there's nothing inappropriate you can type in an Art Hub that you would not want your kids to do. It teaches them how to type in and search things in a search engine without having to run into anything that's inappropriate they don't want them to see. And it takes it shows you step-by-step instructions on how to draw whatever, and literally whatever you want.
Yeah.
Like if your kids watch Wild Kratts and there's crazy animals you've never heard of, you can find that on Art Hub and how to draw it. Any Pokemon, any Paw Patrol character, you name it. And I am not exaggerating when I tell you, maybe this won't shock the audience, but my 5-year-old daughter is better at drawing than I am.
Well,
Like
yeah.
no exaggeration, because of all the practice that she has doing this.
Yeah, when you break it down into shapes and make it easy for a kid. Plus, this is a great way when we talk about like using your big TV and using your family time, and that not all screen time is created equal. This is one of those times where like your kid doesn't have to feel like the TV or the screen is the enemy, but like they can still do something cool, and they
Yeah.
do it all together.
100%.
And then who has the better Pikachu is the real question.
Yeah. And it works so well. Like it works so well for our kids that we could, if we want to let them do it for 45 minutes, boom, 45-minute nap.
Yeah. Nice. Love it.
Or cleaning the house or all those kinds of things. Okay, number 3. I had to have one like bro thing on here.
Sure.
Mini sticks. If you're a hockey family, you already know. If you grew up in a hockey family, you remember playing in hotel hallways. But mini sticks are hockey sticks that are like this big. Little, they're not styrofoam because they're way, what's the word? It's like a Nerf ball type thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, it kind of hurts if you get hit in the face, but not a ton. And little tiny goals. And you can set them up anywhere in the house that you're okay with that noise happening. And my boys have probably spent 300, 400, 500 hours in the last few years just playing mini sticks. And because they want to be hockey players, it helps them with puck control, with how to shoot, and is just an overall fun and safe game as long as they're not hitting each other with the sticks.
Yeah. And in wintertime, you can throw them in the garage.
Yes.
Yeah, that
100%.
Cool. Love it.
Okay, number 4, and this might be my favorite one on the list, is a Yodo player. I had never heard of it until my wife got it for Christmas last year, I think, for my kids. It is a device without a screen that you put a little card into, and it reads whatever that book is in the card to your kid.
Yeah. I've been seeing this thing on Instagram a lot. I actually reached out to them on Instagram months ago to see if they wanted to sponsor the podcast because I also love the thing that they're making. They never responded to me. Rude. Anyway.
Hit us up, Yodo.
We'd like to talk to you.
But seriously, like I
So
love reading
cool.
to my kids. It's probably my favorite thing that I do with my kids if I'm not playing sports or watching sports with them is reading them books. So I almost always say yes when they ask. But there's always times where you have to do something else around the house. And if they want to be read to, put one of those cards in, any of their favorite stories, it will read to them. It's done well. It's awesome. And there's hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of stories that you can get. Paw Patrol, Bluey, you name it. It's just the absolute best.
It's super cool. It works really well as a bedtime thing. Like you have your bedtime routine or whatever, but my kid is now like 4 and it's time for her to not need me in the room for 30 minutes to fall asleep, you know? So like, we'll tuck you in and do all those things, but now you're going to listen to your story and I'm going to go. And it's kind of a great way for them to learn to detach from the parent and go to sleep on their own while still having that comforting voice there.
Good stuff, Ruvi.
I love it.
I love it. Okay, and the last one, this seems maybe obvious, but I'm gonna preface this with a story. So my daughter just turned 5 and we had a birthday party and she's obsessed with puzzles. So number 5 is puzzles. I grew up not doing puzzles.
Right.
I found out at my daughter's birthday party why. My mom sat down. My daughter's like, Grandmama. Her grandma loves puzzles, my wife's mom. And she's like, Grandma and Grandma, come build this puzzle with me. And my mom, trying to do this 100-piece basic puzzle, was lost.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, that's why I wasn't into puzzles, because clearly my mom's not into them and didn't like them. And that's why we never had them growing up. My kids will spend 2 or 3 or 4 hours in one day building a puzzle.
Yep.
1,000 pieces at the ages of 9, 8, and 5. So just get puzzles. They love it. They sit quietly. It builds teamwork. Maybe seems obvious, but and a little bit easier than like Lego.
Yeah. Lego, it's more like only one person at a time can build it. In my opinion, I have difficulty building with lots of people, but with a puzzle, you've got lots of different parts. You can build different sections of it. My mother-in-law loves puzzles as well, so whenever she visits, there's a ton of puzzle action at my house. You should get one of those little like mats underneath it so you can roll it up. That's my addition.
Wait, what?
They make these little mats that you put it out on your dining room table, right? And then you put all the puzzle pieces on it so that if you get, you always build the frame first.
Yep.
If like it's dinner time and you don't have anybody, you can just roll it up and it'll stay together. It just rolls everything up. And then when you're ready to do it again, you roll back out. It's great.
Oh my gosh, a bonus for you. But those are the 5 essential toys for kids under 5 that do not involve a ton of time just sitting on a screen.
Yeah. All active, all like creative, entertaining things. I love it. Fantastic.
You're welcome for the parenting hacks, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. Hey, if they wanted to find other parenting essentials, where would they find those?
Go to isthisforkids.com. We are everywhere. And you can find out everywhere that we are while you go there.
Yeah, and you should know that on YouTube, I do a very good job of making sure that we categorize all of our videos. So for parenting essentials, things like toys or airplane rides and things like that, you can find all of that in a special playlist called Parenting Essentials.
Good job.
There you go. Hey, there is so much out there for us to go through as parents.
I'm Jonathan Blevins.
I'm Katie, MrsRuvi. Let us help you decide.
Is this for kids?